Equinox, everyone, wherever you are in the world. Missed you last month. Had some stuff going on that wasn't great, but it's a new month, a new season. I've got my favorite guest in the world on today.
Hi, McKay. So happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
We've got some great, exciting stuff to share with everybody today, and I'm going to let her take it away in a minute. But I have some notes, like I do, and I know, yay for notes. So what I was just there's a couple of posts on what we're looking at ahead in October. If people want to run over to Cosmic Weather, there's some stuff there. I don't want to reiterate that information, but I will reiterate some of it, the stuff that's important. So what I did get, first of all, about this equinox is, whoa. I mean, let's talk about this. Hello, Pisces full moon. This portal has been a ripper. We were just talking about all the really bizarre retrograde things that have been happening in the pre-shadow. It's like I'm trying to not be freaked out about the real retrograde, but yeah, I think I'm going to get a little unplugged in this upcoming retrograde. You know, the air retrogrades are very busy, as you know.
Yes, they're not very grounding.
They're very mental. It's a really good time to get out in nature and get grounded. So what I did get is just kind of sitting with the energy and sitting with guidance is I was getting that there's so much inflammation. There's inflammation in the media. There's inflammation. It can be physical inflammation, emotional inflammation. You know, people, a lot of anger, a lot of projection, a lot of stuff. So Libra, right? See, look, we're looking at the Aries Libra dynamic, right? So on one hand, you've got the Aries, which is like, oh, you know, I'm going to go to war with everybody. And, you know, and Libra is really a lot more about choosing your battles, right? And so I just was hearing that we really need to be the peace. We really need to calm the inflammation in our own being, which is, of course, going to translate out to the world at large. So that, I think, is great advice. So if that means you take more time in meditation, folks, if you get out in nature more, that's what we're being invited to do. Okay, through this equinox portal, through Libra season, which will hit in about an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to have sun in Libra, right? And so the other thing too is, you know, when we get into October, we have 3 planets, not talking about Mercury because that, you know, goes retrograde so often. We're talking about major planets. We have Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter that are currently retrograde, right? That are going to be going direct. And I think it's like the 6th, the 11th, and the 18th, something like that. I just looked it up. That's why it's in my brain. So this period between now and getting into like the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd week of October, this is the deep dive, right? This is when we're changing season, right? We're going into the fall or the spring, wherever you are in the world. Southern Hemisphere folks, happy spring equinox to you down there. I know, yay. So, you know, you're coming out, they're coming in a different, where they're coming out of the winter, right? And going into the spring energy. We're going out of a very hot summer, a very challenging summer for us folks in California. Yeah. Thanks to my grid workers, people that are doing grid work with me and helping to calm these fires and all of this stuff we've been dealing with in California. Yeah, I know, really, we appreciate your work so much. So we've had a very long, difficult, hot summer. So like I said, the people in the desert, high des people are always like, it's fall. It's like, yay. It's like Mardi Gras. Fall in the desert is like Mardi Gras, I swear. It's like, let's have cocktails, let's go dancing. So because it's really challenging. I mean, this means we can be hiking more, we can be outside more because it's not scorching. And so that's beautiful. So that's really what we're getting, you know, I'm getting is that we've got this deep dive through the end of the month. Then we get in October. I do have a post on, like I said, at Cosmic, but the 1010 is looking exceptionally lit this year, as I like to say. I'll have another post on that. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my wonderful special guest, sister Shannon Murray and her ladies, also an amazing sound healer. And we're going to be talking about that in a minute. So what's a little bit of guidance that you can share with the community, my dear friend, going into the fall season here?
Wow. Well, thank you, Irma Kay. It's so wonderful to always be with you on the Cosmic Couch. Thank you for having me. And thank you everyone for stopping by and hanging out with us as we, mix our fall equinox brew to share with the community. So I was looking at the fall equinox chart. So casting a chart at the moment of the sun at 0 degrees Libra. What does it mean? What's happening? Where's all the plants? What are they doing, right? Where are they? So I thought it was really interesting because, as you mentioned, in the spring, or it's spring equinox down south in the southern hemisphere, and they're Australia, New Zealand, they're dealing with a lot of Mars type of energy of, so we want to send love and prayer to our friends and family in the southern hemisphere because that Mars energy is really ramping up, and the sun is with Mars right now. But in Libra, so it's in its detriment. So it's a little bit subdued for us here in the fall, and we're starting to move into reflection where they're rebirthing and getting jazzed up down there. But the sacred Sabbat of fall equinox is Mabon, right? Did I say it right? Mabon.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to call it this year.
Yeah.
Mabon. Oh, thank you. I wanted to call it this year Maboom because
I know you called it that. I love that. It's like
I like this is not Mabon. This is Maboom. Oh my god. So totally. So the moon, like the lovely Irma Kay said, we're coming through this Pisces moon portal with conjunct Neptune, right?
Super sensitive, super psychic,
super sensitive,
nails really thin, all of that. Yeah.
All of that, right? And we're going to have a super Piscean year next year with Jupiter in Pisces for the whole year, and then Saturn moving towards Pisces. I think he goes in late next year, not quite sure. But anyway, a Piscean kind of feeling. But at the fall equinox, the moon moves into Aries. And so we get like the second phase of the full moon with the equinox energy. And I noticed in the chart it's 21 degrees Aries. And I learned from another astrologer, she said, oh, that's the point of Eris, the sister of Aries, Mars. That was her discovery point when they discovered the dwarf planet Eris, the goddess of strife and discord. Yeah, totally. And the moon is on her discovery point today.
Wow.
At the moment of the equinox. So the equinox, right, sets in it's a season, takes us to winter solstice. So we have this season of equinox with the moon, our core root, at the Eris point of discovery, which in a lot of ways is a really beautiful thing, but her medicine is to throw the golden apple into and see what's really there, right? So we have this energy of going, okay, how do you really feel? What do you really think? Who are you really? Like, we're going to have probably episodes or experiences, opportunities to kind of get in touch with that for the sacred reason to heal it, right? To bring it up,
right?
Discover it and move the energy into a higher place of harmony, balance, kindness, justice.
All that good Libra stuff.
All that good Libra stuff.
Little comment here. This is great information. Thank you. This ties into what I got about, we were talking before we went live about what I got about the scales and about Aries being the opposite of Libra. And, the thing about calming the inflammation, that makes sense.
Yes, that's what you said. I'm like,
Mars rules inflammation in the body. The other thing I got that I think is really powerful is this moon. I knew it was going to be major, as in the full moon, because it's conjunct Neptune and it was trying to Venus and Scorpio.
Yeah.
And there was such healing medicine in that water. I personally had a really powerful experience that I shared with my career. Got unstuck from some really old stuff that was really, really limiting me and holding me down. And it was one of those things like, it's there, but you don't really know how to let go of it.
Yeah.
Like just not knowing it isn't enough. But what my piece for it, it really was about compassion, right? Which, because Pisces full moon is very much about compassion. So what I love about this energy, even though it's a lot to navigate, y'all.
It is a lot. That's why you need some tools.
It's a lot. I'm not going to say it's not. But we're starting out this portal in a place of compassion, in a place of a higher love, a higher compassion, of understanding for our fellow humans. Because Aries, I know all about it. That's my moon. Aries can just fight for the sake of fighting, can just get really irritated, can see, and also it could kind of see the irritating stuff, that there's a lot of irritating stuff all over the place, right?
Right. You just open any social media account.
I mean, you could just get irritated all day, right? Like St. Bill Hicks said, life's offensive. Where do I send my letter? Right? I mean, where do you start? So I love that we have work. I really saw and heard from so many people that had beautiful experiences with this full moon. I had some sisters that were out here. I got to go in the mineral springs with Kristen, who's out in the desert right now. We had a wonderful experience the other night, and watching that moon rise, and I felt really blessed. Like, here I'm in the water, which is a very beautiful Piscean thing to do with this wonderful moon rise. So I love that we still are in full moon energy to a certain extent. Now we're walking through this portal. So I really just invite everybody just to, offer that compassion to yourself first, of course, and then that kind of spills out to other people. But I really, again, I was seeing some other people's experiences, healing experiences they had. People let go of. This was deep. This was really deep. It was really major. I'm applauding everybody out there that I've read your posts. I've heard from you. I've heard the kind of work that you're doing. So yay. I just wanted to comment on that. Please.
That's beautiful.
Please continue.
Well, it's like putting that beautiful Cajun spice in our jambalaya,
I love that. Thank you so much. My parents are from there. So
right, the chef's kiss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss, right?
Yeah, totally. So what I thought also was really interesting, because when you look at this fall equinox chart, because it's setting into motion the next 3 months till we get to winter solstice, and Libra time is
having you on again. Mark the date.
Yay! Can't wait. Is it winter solstice yet?
I love winter solstice. Son of Capricorn. I'm like, bring it. We gotta have a goat. Gotta have a goat crab party for.
Oh my God, totally. That's our favorite time of year, winter and summer solstice.
I know, our birthdays, right?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Don't tell us about the next 3 months.
Yeah. So Venus to me is like she's first in the VIP front row, and then there's Mercury, and then there's the moon. I was looking at those three players, because Venus goes retrograde on right near winter solstice. So like this Pisces healing full moon that we had right before today, fall equinox, and Venus is exalted in the sign of Pisces. She's showing up right at the moment of winter solstice to do her retrograde, which she's the one that retrogrades the least number of times.
Right.
So this is always a big deal when it's her turn. And so today she's 13 degrees Scorpio, which I thought, oh, look at that. She's already in the underworld, getting her assignment for a retrograde in Capricorn at 26 degrees.
And she's in the goddess degree, right? She's at 13.
She's in the goddess degree. Yes, exactly. Wow. So I feel that her retrograde journey at winter solstice is like something that would have been written about. Like, look for this date. Like, this is.
Wow.
And according to Lavendar's work, the 26th degree of Capricorn is the crystal grid.
Right.
So I'm feeling the work you're doing, Irma K, with weather work, the crystal grids, how you do it. You're a purveyor of crystals, a bright star report. I mean, I think there's so much happening with you personally with this Venus retrograde as in a leadership role. Just saying. That's what I was.
Oh, thank you. That's good to know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Totally. And more to come on that.
Anybody that's all the grid workers, right, that are in Bright Star Emporium, I'm really blessed. I have all these amazing folks that not only, they're purchasing the items, but they're working with them. They're using them as tools the way they were intended to be used. you know,
Right. So
make grids at very, and I love that we've got people in South Africa, we have people
right,
in
all over the world.
all over the world in that group. I'd like to get more representation maybe in Japan.
Okay,
I'm
Japan,
putting that
we're
out there.
calling
Let's
to the
let's
grid
hear from
workers.
Japan. We want to hear some Japan folks, but other really, we've got people literally from all over the planet in the
Yes, I
in the
think
grid
that
work.
you will be getting information to maybe set something in motion that's in support of of the crystal grid for New Earth, possibly. That's what I was like, this seems really auspicious, right?
It
But
does.
yeah, but before we get there, like Irma was saying that we've got three major planets going direct, which is like they've been in review and then it's like slingshot forward. And so we want to be able to be understanding what that looks like in our lives. So definitely like keep paying attention to Irma's blog posts and what she's getting from the keepers and all the wonderful things that you share at Patreon.
Oh, thank
And
you.
yeah,
And then a
definitely.
special meeting for fellow goat folks, for fellow Capricorns, right? Because Pluto being in
Yeah.
Capricorn, for some, that's tough. I mean, for some people, when Pluto's right on your sun, it's like transform or die, baby. It's like
Right. Like not everybody's going to have that experience,
right. Like
in
Capricorn's
their
really like
lifetime.
we've been going through it, but at the same time, what Pluto, I had a post on that over there at Cosmic. People get really afraid of it, but it's really refinement. It's about dumping stuff, kind of like Saturn will maybe prevent you from going down a particular road that
Yeah.
you really are excited about. And then like that thing about there's a blessing in the thing you didn't get, right?
Yes,
Things about
exactly.
that. But
Yeah.
when you don't get it, you can feel so disappointed. But at the same time, you're not seeing the higher, idea that the universe has for you. Like I remember, for example, I wanted to move to a particular place and I didn't get the apartment and I was so disappointed. And it
Mhm.
turned out that wasn't the best place for me to be
Right.
later. But at the time I was very disappointed. So that's a Saturn roadblock that has maybe like a hidden blessing in it, but you can't see it right away. So
Right.
Saturn, right? So Saturn being retrograde is, putting up roadblocks. And since it's on an inner, can be on a more inner level because it's retrograde. So I can't really underestimate the power of Saturn and Pluto turning direct because
Yes.
it's a big deal. I mean, and you don't have to be an Aquarius or a Capricorn. This is going to affect those signs, of course, are being more affected more directly by it,
Right.
right?
More personally. Yeah.
Personally on your personal planets. But, at the same time, and again, I remind people when you think of forward motion, and this, when something's been, evolving so slowly over a period of 4 or 5 months, in the case of Pluto, it's like 4.5 months, you don't just go, my
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
look at jazz hands.
Right. When the souffle is ready to come out, you don't make a loud noise. It's gonna fall apart. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
deflate, right?
you
You just
have to. This is why I was getting
gentle.
my inside joke with Shannon about jazz hands.
Yeah.
It's one of our jokes. But the thing is, what I was getting is that it's going to start picking up speed in October, right? And then by the
Mhm.
time we get to November, and I was just getting this when you were talking about Venus. Think about it. We'll have Sun Venus conjunct during the 11:11.
Oh, there you go. Wow, I didn't even think of that one yet. That's gonna
I
be
just
major.
got that. I just got that. And you guys, I have a special guest, Julie Ann from Seeing 11:11, a global phenomenon, is going to
Whoa.
be my guest
Oh my God, that's
on
cool.
the 11:11, you guys. So on the
Mark that on everyone's calendar.
yeah,
Here, let me put it in my phone right now.
we record that because I believe she's in Singapore. We have a time zone weirdness going on. I have to work that out.
Yeah, gotta
It's
figure that
probably
out.
going to be pre-recorded, but that is going to air on 11:11. Julianne from Seeing 11:11, Seeing 11:11, a global phenomenon. She has a wonderful page at
Beautiful.
Facebook if you want to check that out. She really has been following not only 11:11 but all numeric sequences. 333, 222, 4, the list goes on and on,
Wow.
777,
That's beautiful.
all of the synchronistic numbers. This woman is really an expert on them. And so that's why I'm super excited to have her because that's very in line with cosmic weather, right? Is to
Yes.
And speaking of numerology, let me take a little digression here. Shannon is doing this Tibetan numerology. She just did a reading for me. I'm still just,
I love it.
talk about chef's kiss for that. That's why I'm going by Irma K now professionally. And I have a little post on my wall if you want to read more about that. My energy already feels different. It already feels lighter. This very much coincides with the healing that I did at the Pisces full moon. So it's extremely synchronistic. And sister, I'm so grateful for your work always. And so, yeah, check that out. She's having a special offer on her new Tibetan numerology offering. She's also going live. You're going live tomorrow.
Yes.
Talking about it. And please record that, Shannon, because I know there's people that would like to watch the replay of that. So
yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I'll record it and upload it to my YouTube so it's easy to share. And
yeah,
watch.
let's do that. Yeah, put it on your YouTube. I know a lot of people that are interested in that. She'll be going more into detail about how that numerology is different than perhaps Western astrology, because Western numerology, excuse me, it is different.
Yeah.
And I really, really resonated with it. And
yeah, me too.
I know, I really resonate with it. I know it's like all my past lives as a.
I know, I was gonna say, I'm like, in our last past life,
I know,
monastery learning this.
I know, it's like it just felt like a relearning of it. So
yeah,
that's
totally.
that's very exciting. You guys want to check that out. But yeah, that's really great information about the Venus.
Well, I think it's really interesting too, because we have, so here's today's fall equinox, but we're coming into, in 2 weeks, the new moon in Libra, right? So new moon in Libra, and that's the same day, like Irma said, Pluto goes direct. So now we've got Libra ruled by Venus, Pluto going direct on October 6th. And then fast forward to winter solstice, we have Venus and Pluto conjunct when Venus goes retrograde. So I'm like, okay, this is a cosmic dance we're witnessing. Let's, widen our view and take a look. So there's something there.
Really, really useful information, really useful. And I think we'll be looking ahead when we get together at, of course, we get together at winter solstice, we'll take a little sneak peek.
Yeah, exactly.
At 2020.
We'll pour the champagne.
Yeah, a little sneak peek at 2022. I just love the numbers. Because it's and it's a 6, and I'm a 6 life path, so that really resonates with me. So I'm feeling good about next year. We're going to look at that more when we get together. But another thing, mark your date, mark your calendars, y'all. 10/22/22. We're looking at Lunar Ladies Cosmic Weather event in Sedona, Arizona. 1-day event, sound healing, activations. We're going to maybe make a flower essence. We're going to just rock and roll it and have a great time. My property there is 5 minutes from an amazing labyrinth. We're going to go walk the labyrinth. And we just have a day. It's just very relaxed. We have a little veggie potluck. We just get together. I'll bring my crystal bowls. We'll be playing some bowls and it'll be fun. So I'll have more information, of course, on that next year. But if you're interested in that, mark the date. 10/22/22.
Yay!
And as we get closer, I've been going to Sedona for many years now. I've got good contacts as far as affordable lodging, whatever your price range is. I can make recommendations and that kind of thing. Okay, so just putting that out there now. So where are we now? So wanted to ask you tell us about your wonderful. This is a joint venture between Bright Star Emporium and Inner Ladies. Okay, so Shannon is a wonderful sound healer. I've been blessed to have a couple of sessions with her. The last one was in Northern California in just a couple months ago. So why don't you tell folks what you cooked up in the Cosmic Kitchen and share that with us? It's very exciting.
Thank you so much. So I was truly inspired by it was so nice to see Irma as she was on her travel on an Andara trip, right? So we got to make a plan, get together. We had lunch, spent the day together. It was very nice. It was so fun. We got to see each other in person, give each other hugs. But the cool thing was we made a plan for me to take my tuning forks, right? So I have these tuning forks and I know how to use them.
Oh boy, does she. Yeah, she does, y'all. She knows
So after the meeting with Irma and the forks in the forest, and I gave her a tune-up in the forest with a beautiful redwood tree. That was our good buddy for that moment.
Amazing.
But what I witnessed, and you've had your your sadness and your losses this year. And so my heart was moved, of course, just to help relieve some of that in that moment. And I knew that by tuning Irma in certain points in nature, she would get the love from nature that was just reaching out to you, right? And it was just this beautiful moment of like wanting to help her in that space of her to heal her heart from losses of family and dear friends who are our family. So I was noticing you and we all know our beloved empath queen that has guided us through knowledge and books and treatments and medicine and modality. I watched the empath queen change in a moment, like where you just like were able to let go. You felt held, you felt safe, you felt grounded. And in that space, your whole angelic inner and outer worlds came together. And it was just so beautiful. And so I realized, I'm like, okay, here's the empath queen, who's also a major star seed right here on the planet. I need to create a course for star seeds. I need to like get these in people's hands. And I want you to have that same experience of being able to just take that breath and let go and feel better very simply. And that could take you for miles into your life of having more of that and more of that and more of that. So long story short, I went home that day. It started a process, and I created a course that self-guided because I wanted everybody to have it when they needed it. And I could teach you, in a nice rhythmic way, how to get yourself a set of forks and learn how to use them to help yourself feel better in your body. As a star seed, you want to be here on the earth. You're not longing for home and wanting to leave because you're here for a reason, and that's to make everything
and we
better.
Need you. We need you. Big time.
Right?
Thank you for being here. We need you.
Yeah, thank you for being here. We really need you.
We really need
let's
you.
Help you feel better so that you want to stay.
I want to just interject really quick that this session, the way she described how my energy felt, it was really interesting having you describe it, from observing it. Yeah. But I wanted to share with you is that this was not like a temporary thing, like, oh, sometimes you get a healing and you go, that feels good. And maybe the next day, it doesn't really last. Like this really lasted. Like I could really, and granted, I was on the road and having a lovely time, and it was a great trip. But other than that, I really felt the shift. I felt it. It lasted. That was the one thing I wanted to share with you that I haven't been able to tell you is that it really wasn't a thing again, like, oh, that was nice. And now it's just dissipated. It really like anchored in. Mm-hmm. And then again, of course, well, if we lived near each other, you'd work on me every week. I'd have you.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so down with that. But I mean, just sharing that the power of that work and that it really does get grounded in your body.
Yes, because that's what I witnessed.
Medical thing, it's in your body. You feel it on a muscular level, on a cellular level, and of course it was extra grounding being out in nature and being in those beautiful trees. And that was the added thing. That's why I'm really excited to have us do this in Sedona and do this in another really beautiful environment. But I think even if you aren't in some incredible environment, I think it's an addition. It's like the cherry on the sundae. I don't think you have to be. I think it's the power of those tools. And of course, the fact that you're going to guide us how to use these, and we'll be sharing how they can, access the course and get their own set. But go ahead.
Yes, definitely. Because my training in sound healing comes from traditional Chinese medicine and Taoist cosmology. So it's looking at the body, the soul, and spirit in a very different way, not separate, but one.
You're
right?
such a wizard. You're like, oh, it's just Taoist cosmology.
You know.
No big deal.
So I include that in the course. So, because I'm like, I'm working with star seeds now. Like, this is a different caliber of consciousness than kind of our and not putting anybody, I think we're all technically star seeds, and that's why we're here at this time of transition. But
yes,
this old viewpoint of looking at kind of, ho-hum humanity. I think ho-hum humanity is now shifting into this whole other or returning possibly to this divine essence that we all carry.
beautiful. Said, mwah. I totally agree with that. That's said so beautifully. Absolutely, amazing opportunity. Ho hum humanity. I like that. I know. No, right. You're right.
Who writes my material? I don't know.
I don't know. I know. It's so great. She just like brings it on through. But yeah, I think that's really true, Shanna. I think that this is really a major opportunity for everybody, really.
Yeah, I do too, because I feel like
everybody that wants to take the opportunity.
Right. And it's there when you're ready, and it's, that kind of thing. So you just kind of tune in and you let yourself feel what it is that you are, because these are tools of resonance, and they help you go from dissonance, which is out of like a guitar out of tune. It's not going to sound as good.
Right.
Tom Petty was playing a guitar out of tune compared to a guitar in tune.
Right.
You're going to notice and feel and go, ooh, right? So
that's why there's videos of people like maybe they've had too many beers before the show, and
right, you're like, why do I hear this
you're
twang?
Like, where's the bartender, dude? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, what happened? What's going on, right? This guy needs an assistant, right? So what the tools do, the tuning forks, because they're calibrated to harmonics, it's a frequency, they're not changing their frequency. These won't go out, but they take your personal vibration if it is out of tune, and just by being here with, outer pollutants, inner pollutants, we can go out of tune very easily. They help entrain you through resonance to coherence, where you're now vibrating with your inner and outer environments in harmony, which is so nice for fall equinox because it's about balance.
Right.
Yes. So I use two because I'm creating a field of, this is the same frequency as this one. And when you play them together on the body, wherever you're putting them, right here, I like to put them up here with like rabbit ears. You're creating a field between these two forks that is a field of resonance. And then you strike them and you put your body in between this field of resonance. Something is going to happen quite quickly. And it's a lot, and it's painless. It doesn't hurt. Right? It feels good.
Feels good, yeah.
Right? And so the course will help you utilize the traditional Chinese medicine of your meridians, your points, your acupuncture points, your chakras, your subtle bodies, your aura. And I put it together with 4 healing timelines to take you from the 3rd dimension to the 7th dimension, and 4-star races.
No big deal.
Yeah, right. And so in 5 weeks, you can go from here.
That's no big deal.
Your everyday run of the mill. Like, what are you going to do today? Oh, I'm going to tune to the 7th dimension.
Yeah, just. I love you so much.
And so we're the. And I know there's so many.
We're not high. We're just like this. I have to remind him sometimes.
Imagine, so say like you as a star seed are like, I really resonate with the Pleiadians. I feel more Pleiadian than Earth, human. And then you take court, module number 2, and it's like, hi to the Pleiadians, and I'm teaching you about what that looks like and what their points are. And then all of a sudden you're like, I'm home, but I'm here. How's that possible?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to jump in. I can't even tell you. Let me just add a little thing that came too, if I can. I've been writing about how we're at a very odd place with our empathy as empaths and highly sensitive people. We're at such a weird place with this because there's a certain amount, I don't even want to call it denial, but I'm not sure what it is, but there's a certain amount of just like, I'm going to stay in my lane and like get through my day. And there's all this weird shit going on. I'm just going to just be okay. And then like, I'm going to be okay and take care of my loved ones and take care of right. So there's just so much more stress and there's so much more like just garbage,
Yeah.
all this chatter that I think chatter is a good word.
Uh-huh.
So, I find that we're like adapting to the moment and to the circumstances because we have to. But like, this is another reason why this is such a divine timing, like you do always. Because it's interesting to look at how we built this, right? We got into the crystal skull, started building the crystal skull grid, got the Andaras started talking, started getting those disseminated, getting messages from them, getting those to the people, adding those to the grid. So like the last, I'd say 4 years, the last 4 years of my journey as the crystal mom, as they call me, I'm really seeing how this is like adding, we add this, we put this on, we add another layer of this, right? And so now I feel like we're at a place, crystal bowls also and tuning forks. Casey said, I mean, to quote brother Casey, he said, sound healing is the medicine of this time.
Yes.
Neptune in Pisces is all about sound healing. It's very important. Vibrational therapy, which is part of sound healing, is a part of that. So we're right on par, with what our wise spirit brothers are guiding us. And again, he said this why he was embodied, in his teachings, why he was still here. So this is, one of the things that we're doing. So we really feel like I've been hearing from, a lot of it, fellow empaths and sensitives, that this is freaking tough. I know how tough it is. And, the sleep thing is weird, there's all this stuff. And then again, we've had Neptune retrograde, which is always challenging for empathic, sensitive people. It makes the astral busier, shall we say.
Yes.
One thing I really feel that we're being protected from, and I'm not really sure how it works, and I'm not going to question it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm good with it.
I'm not going to go poking around in there. But like, as far as the grief and the loss and we're in a mass exit window, as everybody knows. There's a certain layer of kind of a filter and a protection that I feel that I see around other people that are sensitive. If we were like eyeball deep in this stuff, we would not get out of bed. We would not be able to function because it's that heavy.
Yeah.
It really is. So I feel like at the same time, it like when you do any kind of channeling or spirit work, we reach up and then there's they reach down and we kind of we raise our dimension, and then there's like a connectivity that meets kind of in the middle, right? Because it is important that we raise our frequency, but then again, there needs to be a connection, who we're talking to on the other side. So we've got the grace of that, and that's really beautiful. But I feel like just with all the tumult and the way that this is kind of set up residence or set up shop in our body is, I keep chasing body pain stuff. I have some stuff going on right now. And yes, I go to chiropractor and we do these things, but I feel like what we're going to do with the sound healing is we're going to keep ourselves clear so the shit does not stick on us.
Yes.
Right? Don't you just keep yourself clear. And because there's so many more, toxins, whether they be, energetic toxins, whether they be environmental toxins, mental, whatever it, you know what I mean? So I feel like this is absolutely key to use all the tools right now. And so this is in divine, like I said, it's always in divine timing with you. I really love that. And we're going to be offering a special set with these. Can we show these again? We're doing the intro set and the striker in Bright Star Emporium. These are going to be available at an excellent price. I'm also going to be a distributor of Shannon's course.
Yay!
Purchase the course from me, or you can also, of course, purchase it direct from the goddess herself. This will have, remind us, this has you have an introductory price on the course. Is that correct?
Yes, I have a special introductory price for Bright Star.
30 days. Is it 30 days?
Yes, to the end of October.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Yes, there's a special Cosmic Weather Bright Star Emporium prize and Lunar Lady Community prize. So it's $111 off. So you save that.
Wow.
And I know I'm very excited to offer that to as a thank you for like supporting the work and getting the word out and helping, and then of course being awesome community members of all of Irma's work and following and supporting and receiving the benefits of your work is amazing. So I wanted to give back and say, well, here for you guys, I want to give you a really special thank you. So I have a special Cosmic Weather Bright Star Lunar Lady discount.
Thank
And
you so much. Thank you
welcome.
so much. Well, we're getting near the
Pleasure.
end of our time. Wanted to tell people, so you've got all this exciting stuff. You've got Tibetan numerology. That's going to be happening live tomorrow in the Lunar Ladies group. If you can't catch that live, be sure to follow her YouTube channel, and that will be uploaded for that.
Yes, and I'll have more information next week on the Tuning Forks course. So I'll be talking more about what they are, what the course is about, how it can benefit you in your life. And then once you get your forks, especially if you get them from Bright Star Emporium and Cosmic Weather, then you're all set up with knowledge and tools for upcoming workshops that I could do on getting better sleep, building your immunity. So I do starseed immunity. But now you've given me a new inspiration to develop a sleep protocol.
Oh, we need that. We need that.
Yeah.
You know what? Just to
and
show
astral
the
protection.
amazing knowledge that Shannon has is I was going through a period where I had really bad insomnia. I mean, it's better now, but I still have a little bit of that. You know, hormones, fun.
Totally. I'm just stepping into that.
There's a little bit of stuff going on with that, but I was having other stuff going on. And I remember how you shared about who was the people that said about your heart? About
the Taoists.
The Taoists were saying that your spirit is walking around, right?
So during the day, because we're humans are heart-centered beings.
Right.
During the day, our spirit leaves the heart and goes out and starts tending to others, or helping, loving, enjoying, and so it goes out during the day,
right,
follows the sun around, right? But at night, it's we're supposed to call ourselves home. But if we don't realize that, oh, I forgot I'm supposed to do that, right? And that's like sunset, coming home,
right,
winding down, right? Giving thanks, that calls the spirit home.
Right.
So if it's out there wandering around at night, going down, forgot its way home, didn't get the breadcrumbs or hear the bell saying, come on, mom's calling you home. Hey,
the street lights are on, time to come home.
Totally, that's what I was trying to think. Right? You're out wandering around, and so you're up at night because your heart's looking for you. Like, wait, you didn't come home to rest, so I can rejuvenate you.
This is amazing. Another thing too is like if you're on your screens at night, before you go to bed, stop that immediately. Yeah. I remember I did some of the just basic stuff that it's not even particularly spiritual. It's just like get off screens.
Yes.
Before like an hour to 2 hours. And I mean, like everybody, I'm running a business. I'm all like addicted to all this. I know.
Right. Yeah.
And so just getting off screens and doing that process of calling my heart energy back.
Yes.
And creating a peaceful environment in my sleeping space, it has made, and I've told you what a difference it's made. Yeah. And I shared that on Facebook, and some people did that, they followed that cue. Yeah. And they commented and they said, oh, that really works. Because another thing too about being light workers and empaths, the majority of folks in this community, we're doing so much work in other dimensions when we sleep anyway.
Yeah, we're very good.
I mean, there's some people are like, oh, you're in my dream again. I'm like, oh, well, good. We're having a good time. We're at a rock show for me. So we're out doing all this stuff in the astral when we're sleeping. So there's a level, you need to have the physical level managed, right? This is the way I perceive that is I felt like, oh, my energy, my physical energy, it is, and maybe mental, emotional energy. As far as spiritual energy, I'm still probably traveling and doing things because that's what I do. But I'm not, that's the thing is you're not waking up exhausted.
Yes.
Another thing, when your energy is not physically present, you wake up and you're like, oh, did I even sleep? Like, it's not restorative, right? It's not restorative sleep. So this is just one tiny little tidbit Shannon just happened to mention, and it's been like a game changer for me. So this course will be filled with all of that stuff. So I mean,
Yes.
I'm thrilled that you took the time to create that. I'm
Oh,
super
thank
honored.
you. You were my inspiration
I'm
for
beyond
creating
honored that I was really. I mean, that's just I'm it
it.
makes
Thank
me
you.
want to cry. It's amazing.
Aw.
So everybody check this course out.
Yeah, check it out. And when the course comes with a private Facebook group where I'm adding more tips for every module. So when you sign up for the course, you'll get an invitation to come into the Facebook
You're
group.
in a private, look at this. I didn't even know that.
I gotta keep sharing more of the stuff.
There's so much stuff. It's
Yeah, I gotta make sure you're in the Facebook group because it's
yeah,
just
add me to
starting,
that.
you know.
Add me
I'll
to
make sure.
the group. A couple things for me personally that I'm doing. I'm back to sessions. If you are in Facebook family, Cosmic Weather, if you're connected with me online, you will be receiving the Friends and Family discounts on all of my readings. I have email readings. I have phone readings. If you have something kind of complex going on, I recommend that you do book a phone session. If you have just something that's like kind of a shorter question, of course, email readings are fine and for that. You know, I check my website out. It's irmaksawyer.com. It's going to be changing to irmak.com pretty soon. Pretty soon, but it's irmaksawyer.com is my website. I have all of my offerings there because people were asking. I did take some time off in the summer, you know, because I live on the surface of the sun. And
Oh yeah, just by the way, I live on the sun during the sun.
it's a little depleting. It's a little exhausting, but now that things are cooled down and we're getting back in the swing of things, I am available for session work. Of course, we've got Bright Star Emporium for the all the crystal offerings, always before retail.
They're the best.
Oh,
my Andara sits on mine.
Yeah, speaking of that, we're having an Andara sale this Saturday. Yeah, let's show your.
Not pretty. It's an elder.
I love that elder.
It was so generous. Bright Star Emporium is so generous. I was able to buy this on layaway. So thank you for that option because I really wanted to have her and I needed to do layaway.
I do layaway.
So thank you.
We do 30-day layaways up to 45 days. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad you have her. You're supposed to have her. So yeah, Andara sale this Saturday. We've got crystal skulls constantly.
This is also from Bright Star. I love my amber pendant. It's not beautiful.
Your amber. Yeah. I love
that. I love this. Is my special.
I love that piece. And just know, just really quickly, that everything that comes out from the Bright Star house has been cleansed, has been activated. It doesn't have a lot of people's hands on it. I've heard this a lot from people that, you know, sometimes you buy a crystal in a store. Not only has it been sitting there for a long time, it's had lots of people have been, you know, picking it up and moving it around. You know, that's one thing that we try to do. And people tell us that they really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. When you get a box from Bright Star Emporium, I swear it like shines. And then you like open it up, it goes, oh, it's just like the energy is just so angelic.
Thank you. I hear that. Well, you guys know I'm an IET practitioner and energy therapy. I work with healing angels. So there you go.
Yeah, it's real.
Speaking of that, I've been teaching the steps, 7 steps, and the advanced steps, which is an IET training. We do this on the telephone. It's amazing training. This is what I tell people. This is how I've gotten through the last 18 months is so well as I've been doing these calls. I've been on this training as a student. So now I've been a master teacher since last year. And so now I'm offering this training and I have a wonderful group of women. We're journeying through these steps together. And people have asked, when am I offering that again? I'm going to be offering that again in January of 2022.
I'm writing that down.
Oh, thank you. So
I want to be in your class.
Oh, we'd have so much fun. You would love this, Shannon. The steps are amazing. Stephen Thayer that brought these through. Just on a little side note, what I love about him is he was an engineer. Don't you love this? He's an engineer and he starts getting all these downloads from Angel Ariel.
Oh, I love when the science people get like.
I know, and it's great because I've said this. My students have heard me say this before. Is it's very like the Virgo stellium loves this. You know, it's very practical. It's very easy to follow. It's laid out really clearly, but at the same time, it's like this really, really high vibe material. but at the same time, it's clear, it's understandable. It's not like going way over your head. He's made it very, very accessible. And I really appreciate that because that's going to make it more accessible to everybody, right? You don't have to have like tons of deep metaphysical knowledge to take this work. You can really be kind of at a more, a beginning level. You could be, and then if you are down the road, if you are at a more, advanced or master level, there's still something in it for everybody. And I think that that's hard to do. I brought through material. I mean, that's a challenge, I think, to do, to have something that people at all different kind of ages and levels could connect with. But he's really a master at that. I think that's one of his real gifts. So this is working with angelic frequency. It's working on forgiveness. It's working on finding the joy. It's really, really powerful work. And it's really changed me. It's really changed my vibration. When I think about what has helped me release, I've got that Scorpio rising, y'all.
What? With Neptune on your ascendant.
No, like grudges, queen of the grudge over here. Oh my gosh. And it's like, it's not helping to go. But you know how my
Aries moon.
Aries moon, I know, y'all. It was just, yeah. Me as a younger person, like, yeah, 20 something IK, like, wow.
I'd be like, I want to be on her team.
I know, right?
I would never feel like afraid, or nobody would ever bully me because I'd be like, that's my big sister.
Nobody.
Leave me alone.
Nobody would bully you, that's for sure. So back to this. So, I mean, I really think what it's done for me is it's created a space for me to let go of some things that were really problematic for me. I mean, things that I went to psychotherapy about, things that I did traditional energy work about, things that I would get it to a certain place and it was still there. Mm-hmm. So this was really like the next level is really just transforming this crap into joy and into love and more, being more of my authentic self. And that's what I think this work is great for. So that's why I'm fired up about it. And I love to share it. And because it works. Like when I always joke and say I'm the walking advert for it. And it's interesting, people that have known me for a lot of years and maybe they haven't seen me, it's like, you don't notice because you're just doing your day. But I've had people go, wow, like your energy is really different. Like people have noticed this, even though it's subtle. So this is what we're offering, folks. So get on the mailing list. These classes are not expensive. We're making them affordable for folks. We have payment plans. We're doing all that. It's really important that, people not be turned away because of funds. That's why we have layaway and payment plans. We're working with folks.
Yeah, because this is the time to feel enriched. I keep getting that word, and ENRICH, enriched. Like, get your nutrients, get your spiritual.
That's a gorgeous word. I love that word. What a Venusian word that is. And then it's right. It enriched, and then I like in Scorpio, which is so deep. So wow.
Right. It's like. Yeah, being, it's like, I don't really want to be rich. I want to be enriched. Like enriched.
Because when you're enriched, it's like, that's a more holistic word. That has a whole holistic dimension to it. I love that. Look at you. I could talk to her all day, but I'm honoring her schedule.
Oh, thank you. Thank you everybody for being here.
What was that?
I was just feeling the love of your community and to thank them for watching and being here together with us. So
thanks, everybody. Sorry for my weird technical glitch.
You did good. You persevered.
I'm learning.
You did good.
This is retrograde shadow, so we did good, right?
We totally did good. Yes.
Yeah, we did really good. Okay.
It's probably because of your Gemini North Node.
See how you are. Well, everybody have a very blessed equinox. Remember to be the peace. Remember, we're going to, like I said, we're going to find the balance between that Aries and the Libra. And also another little side note, Aries is the me, Libra is the we.
Just turn that M upside down.
Yeah, right. So it's like we're finding the balance, right, of the self-care. And that's the other thing too, is like when your cup's filled up, right, you need to have your cup filled up so you can be more helpful to your loved ones and to to everybody.
Just feel better with the cup
Yeah.
overflowing.
So do these two, get some tuning forks, folks.
Yes. This is a great way to fill up your cup. You will feel instantly better.
I can't even, and again, and it was lasting. I mean, that healing that I had from you, that was
recalibration.
Give me one every week. You know what? We'll do some more Zoom. We'll figure that out.
Oh, we'll totally figure that out. But once you got those forks in your house, you're gonna,
yeah.
Dr. IK, another level of Dr. IK is coming out. I feel like you'll go, I'm gonna put them over here. I was told to put them over here, and I did this. And I'm like, oh my God, we gotta write that down.
You know, it's great. It's such a powerful tool because you know how I am with crystals, right? Because crystals very much that way. And oh, by the way, Shanna has this set. This is on my crystal list.
This is on your
Shanna, if you're listening. I want these crystal, tell them how they work. You put crystals on the bottom.
Yeah, so there's a special set of forks that you can unscrew the bottom, right? And then they have these little tips that you screw in, and they have crystals at the end.
They're incredible, you guys. They're
really
so
incredible.
Beautiful. And wow, those are, like I said, that's on my list.
That's good. Yeah, everybody put those on your list. But you can still start with the starter set and do amazing things and feel better. And you can also, if you're already a healer and have a modality that you practice, you can include tuning forks as an addendum to what you already do.
See, that's the beautiful thing about it. Like I was saying, you can use them with hypnosis. I have several hypnotherapist friends. You can use them with, I know tons of energy workers. Reiki, you could use it for that. You can use it, with your crystal. There's just a ton that you can
therapy. Yeah, it's pretty much endless.
There's
a lot. Up your water and then drink it.
That's right. You charge up your water. I know.
Ooh, that tastes good. And then with your medicines, these little yummies.
Yeah, the thing with the elixirs. And so you guys really, I just have to say on another note, Shannon, he is a master at this. The sound healing, two things, master wizard astrologer. That's a lot. But then we've got this sound thing over here. That folks have not tapped into your knowledge base. It's incredible. Her knowledge with the sound healing. I know there's probably some students you've taught a course. You have several courses.
Yes, I have 4 students.
Yeah,
you became sound healing therapists now. So.
That's right. She's training people to actually become sound healing therapists. So if that's something you're interested, you want to take it to that level and do phenomenal workout in the world, then check her out, right? lunarladies.com.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Well, we love you. We're gonna say bye-bye. We'll see you again for the solstice.
Oh my God, solstice! I can't wait.
Yay!
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, love you. Blessed Equinox, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.